Phil's.
Hey everybody, welcome to Crowdsurfing. I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Joey Evans.
I'm Camilla Cleghorn.
I'm Z Garcia. Hello.
Me and Z are back. It went fabulous without us last week to the point where we're like, why should we come back?
We thought the same thing.
I thought about it long and hard, Tom.
You could be in charge every week.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No.
All the decisions. I have a list for you. I'll send you an email.
With Camilla, I have to pull that back right away.
We're done.
We're not letting it sit there. Well, welcome to the show. We're in April.
Yep.
There's no April
Good
Fool's
call.
crowdfunding jokes today or
none
anything.
today. None today.
I don't think there is. Well, sometimes I wonder. No one's ever launched a Kickstarter
As a joke?
as a joke, have they?
What do you mean? Yeah, they did that
thought,
white
like-
box one.
Oh, that's right.
What one?
There's one that was the Emperor's New Game or whatever.
Sandy Pearson also did the cat
And it was...
Was it a squatter
you're
game?
right.
So it's like white on both sides now?
No,
Just
it
the
was-
back?
It was supposed to be. It was a white box with white cards, with white cubes. Everything was white, and they were like, you're supposed to like sit in a park or somewhere and play the game. And when people come by, you kind of like look at them like, why do you not know what game this is?
Oh, so the April Fool's joke was an April Fool's joke that you buy to play on other people?
The whole thing was people were writing positive reviews online about the game. The whole thing was one big joke, but the problem with it was the Emperor's New Groove. The people who are morons in that story
I get it
are the
now.
people
Okay.
who pretend. Not Emperor's New Groove, Emperor's New Clothes.
Yeah.
The people in that story who.
That's a good movie, though.
It is a great movie.
So good.
Love it.
The people who are fools in that story are the people who look at the Emperor and go, that's amazing. He's naked, but they're like, your clothes are amazing.
Yeah.
Those people are fools, and yet the people who were doing this were like, there's really a game here. Ha ha ha. And I was like, well, you're the fool. You're the one
You're the
pretending there's a
joke,
game
yeah.
there. I was
Your
really
joke is
confused by
on
the naming
you.
of it.
Ooh.
Anyway, this is a forgotten incident in board gaming history, which is not important.
Oh, speaking of that, Nick, shout out on the folded space table.
Nick gave us pizza fund. Oh, for the folded space table.
Part of this towards the folded space table.
That's probably not going to happen. All right, so each week we take a look at something on BackerKit. Well, today is special. Let's take a look. Okay, everybody, today we're taking a look at something a little bit different. BackerKit, of course, but today we're taking a look at the Dice Tower project. Now, we ran a Kickstarter for the Dice Tower to support the Dice Tower for all of our content and everything that we have over the course of the year. If you backed us, you should have got a survey for that to go to BackerKit. If you didn't, you'll go to this website right here, dicetower2023.backerkit.com. That's if you backed the Kickstarter and you didn't get a survey, you'd put your email in here and get it. If you didn't back the Kickstarter and you want to fill out that survey, then you're going to go to the Kickstarter page, and right here, it's not here right now, but it will be. There will be it's there right now. It's not there when I recorded this video anyway. It will say late pledge, and you can click that. Or you can go to dicetowerkickstarter.com, which will take you directly to this page here. So this is for late pledge. Let's say you missed a Kickstarter and you want to pledge, or you just discovered the Dice Tower and you want to back us. And either way, we really appreciate that. So you'll be able to go down here, and I just want to show off a few things that we have. We have this really amazingly cute goblin who has a little dagger in his hand. Apparently in every shot, there you can see it a little bit better. He's pointing it directly at the camera, based on artwork done from Tina. If you just want to support the Dice Tower, you can tip us in the tip jar. And then we got a bunch of other cool things that you can check out. We have a pair of dice. You'll notice in this picture we have two different pairs of dice. We have six-sided dice, or we have double six-sided dice, which are 12-sided dice, and they have 1 through 6 on them twice. I personally love these because they roll so much better than a six-sided die does. We have sticker sheets. You know, if you like the stickers that you can get for the Dice Tower, we have 2 different versions of them, and this is based on the fantasy artwork that Tina did for us this year. We have these character meeples that you can use in place of other meeples in games. A dice pouch to put dice or meeples or things in. This tote bag. This holds about 2 Ticket to Ride size games. The set of drink coasters. This is the artwork from Tina, but Z designed the coasters and I'm very happy with them. We have 2 different play mats. We have the small size play mat. A lot of people use this for trading card games with the Dice Tower artwork, and then our full blast artwork, which I love this from Tina, the premium playmat. This is the larger size one. This artwork is also used for our puzzle. Now this puzzle is not, this is just a sample here. It's actually 1,000 pieces, and each year my wife puts these puzzles together and they look great. We just put together last year's in the Kickstarter. If you want us to send you a Christmas card, we send out tons of Christmas cards every year. And then also if you want a personalized birthday card for your birthday or some sort of job promotion or whatever. We have multiple dice towers. So we have these plastic ones with the dragon, with the mimic, and then we have the wooden one, and you can see there's 2 different dragons on the back. You can pick which one of those dice towers you want. And then there's some electronic stuff you can get. This requires no shipping at all. We have our different scenarios for Gloomhaven and an upcoming Frosthaven. Or you can just hear us say a shout out to you in the live stream. We also have the promo packs. Now, we don't have all the promo packs because one of the promo packs went out in the Kickstarter, but we have Archer, Bard, and Cleric, and you can click on these and it will show you pictures of all the different things that are involved there. And also 2 King of Tokyo monsters, the Iron Rook, which is a dice tower, and Rosie Pony. And then, of course, Classic Collection. These are things from Kickstarters in years gone by, but if you've been in one of our conventions, you know how amazing the component bins and box bands are. These are amazing. They're in all my games. Card trays, a custom set of cards that we did last year, old play mats and puzzles, our old plushies here. There's Nacho, Fuzzy, and the dinosaur, a werewolf deck. So some really cool stuff here, folks. And so this is all on Backer Kit, and you can go there right now. Although you could also listen to the show because we're going back there now. All right. Well, that's our Backer Kit, and it's live right now. We just made it live right before the show. So now let's take a look at some different projects. Remembering, of course, we take a look at what we feel like. And as a side note, you can send me projects. I especially like to look at projects that are weird and unusual. Never send me game projects. I never even look at them because I go through and hunt them down myself. That way I try not to be influenced on the game projects by anything other than whatever reason. So anyway, we take a look at projects running in the next 10 days or so. So here we go with Athra.
What?
Athra?
At3.
Oh, At3?
That's not what
Is that
I
how you
heard.
pronounce it?
Yeah.
I was shortening it. At3.
At3.
Athra is what you said.
At3.
I know. I was shortening it.
It's arithmetic tic-tac-toe.
There you
Yes.
go.
Probably
Just say
80
that.
cubed, probably what they need to write.
Oh.
Do you know how many times I played tic-tac-toe and think, do you know what this could use?
More
Math.
arithmetic, yeah.
Okay, but how many times do you play it though and go, you know what, this needs an actual tiebreaker? Because almost all
That
the
is true.
games, and so I do kind of like
I do
that
like
for
the
this,
idea of that.
that there is. It's not
There's
just where you place
2
it. but-
tiebreakers.
Oh, I didn't get the second one. What's the second
Oh,
one?
the other one is
Cash
the
Me
blue
Outside?
tiles. If whoever gets the most blue tiles or something.
Oh.
And I think there's a 4th one, like a hot dog eating contest.
And I like the idea that the last person goes twice.
Yeah.
You know, they get the last 2 turns. You're also weighing that. Yeah, I didn't hate this actually.
No,
I hated it because it's tic-tac-toe. I realized after I'd looked through most of the page, I'm like, wait, hold on, there's something here. Oh, this
All
is
right.
tic-tac-toe.
Whatever. I like the
is. I thought
ceramic
it was
tiles.
cool.
You know what? You can scoff at tic-tac-toe, but it's the game I've played the most of in my life.
That's valid.
And consistent
That's
because
true.
every single restaurant kids menu
Yep.
has tic-tac-toe on, and you are then required by law
Yep.
to play it
By
with your
kids'
child.
law.
No,
Yeah.
Cracker Barrel, you
That's
get
a
to
lot
jump
of
the
things
pegs.
you said that you should be embarrassed about. Tic-tac-toe, restaurants, kids.
All right. Z's coming out the gate today. Moving on. Puffin Rush. HR Puffin Rush.
I don't know what that
Puffin
means.
Puff? What is it?
It's HR Puffin stuff.
Oh, that's right.
Sorry, it's
okay.
before y'all's time.
Is it an old people thing? Or
It is an
Joey's
old
our
people
age,
thing.
too.
Speaking of an old people thing,
Thundercats.
our
He was from
Kickstarter,
Thundercats.
the backer kit, with graphic design by Z Garcia, was put together by Kenny, who's turning 50 this weekend. Happy birthday, Kenny!
Super old, y'all.
Yeah.
Like Kenny loves tapioca. He loves
That is
it,
really
okay?
mean.
We were having an argument about
He does eat
tapioca
like that,
pudding
though, that's true.
beforehand. 2 of us are for it, and the other 2 of us believe in the right.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder which team you're on.
Most people are probably...
You don't like tapioca? You're against tapioca?
I'm against tapioca
Yeah,
and
they
even more
are.
so rice pudding.
Yeah.
Gosh, you're so
Tapioca's
wrong.
good, y'all. I'm
It's
kidding
so
about the
good.
old thing.
It's so good.
It's not good
I love
at all.
it.
Anyway, let's take a look at this project about
Yeah, let's
puffins.
talk about it.
Not about
okay.
tapioca.
I love this art. It's
do
really
too.
good.
I think the game looks interesting.
What? Oh.
As far as for a kids game, it's better than just matching. I think.
Is it?
I disagree.
I do wonder about their tagline: two dads, one boy creating games of murder and fun for the whole family.
Well, I mean, what do you think he does with the fish when he gets it?
I understand that. I just wouldn't use that tagline. I'm sure the kid thought it was hilarious.
Oh, I'm sure.
I don't know, guys. I don't think so. Again, this is not necessarily better than memory. It's like memory with a bunch of more rules. It'd be kind of like taking tic-tac-toe and adding, I don't know, arithmetic or something to it. It's unnecessary. Just literally give me memory. I'd rather play that.
You know what?
I feel like, all right, I'm probably going to catch some heat for this, but here we go. I feel like we're supposed to be kind to this project because it's designed by a kid. Like, oh, it's okay.
Oh, a kid
and
made this?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
How do you feel now?
cute,
It's great,
guys.
How do you
right?
feel
It's
now?
I don't like it.
But here's the thing: when you're comparing it to like Cora Quest, it's like, and I know she probably had help from her dad and that kind of stuff, but I don't know. I just feel like I'm trying to be
Could
sold
have
something
help.
like, oh, my kid designed this. My kid, be
Right.
kind. My kid did it, and I'm like, you should try
Well,
again.
I'm going to play this with both of you while we eat tapioca pudding.
Well,
You're gonna eat tapioca pudding?
No, I'm not eating that.
Oh.
speaking of cute murder, Townsfolk Tussle.
Oh, this one's
Yeah. Ooh, that's
did
making
really
bank.
well. It is doing extremely well. I will say, I love the game. I didn't know that it needed more. There's a ton in that game already.
some
Okay,
more,
but
Tom.
our one like big complaint of this was 4 baddies that you have to fight felt a little long, and I like that in this expansion they're giving a 3 baddie option. I like that they are giving kind of that. I don't know if it's a little bit of quick start. I couldn't figure out how they're scaling it down, but they're going to give you still what I think would be a full play of it. 3 baddies is still a lot of content, a lot of
Yes.
your building up, a lot of your doing stuff, a lot of highs and lows of the game, but in a little bit of shorter, so it's not going to overstay its welcome as much. So
Right.
I'm really excited about this, actually.
I also love
too.
all these new villains. They are fantastic.
Look at, I love the water that's coming in.
It's amazing how they take things that if they were real life would be incredibly gross and still make them gross,
With fun.
but somehow fun.
What is
Yeah.
that?
That guy's mouth is attached to the top of his head.
Everyone's mouth is attached
He has
to
a
the
mandible.
top.
yeah.
What is that though?
It's Misty Bluff.
Am I missing something there? Like I get the joke for like one lady's a fridge. And it's Frigid Jones. You know, okay. And then this guy's like some kind of like a fish with a light, you know, the little whatever.
Well, did they tell you the
What
names
is
of them
he?
down here? I don't know.
What is that?
He's like a catfish.
I'm telling you,
isn't he?
they will give you full. They'll give you
Backstories.
full
There's also
backstories on
like a
these.
murderer in a cat suit
So you're saying
called Patches. That one's
Yes.
the creepiest by
No.
Oh, I love
far.
it. No, because you're like
No.
uncovering him, right?
Yeah,
I think
he
that's
sounds
so cool.
terrifying.
I think it's so cool.
So you
All
want
right,
the lore.
Ernie, awful. This is the guy. He's a butcher. This guy. He's
Oh, that's
Eating
it.
stuff.
Okay.
Oh my
and this
gosh.
guy, Red Atrocious. He's an apple, a big apple, instead of Red Delicious.
I missed that.
Yeah.
door
I
knocker.
didn't
I
get
love
that
it.
one.
I didn't get it. That's
you don't find these guys
fantastic.
creepy? They knock at
That's
your door.
great. I love how one of them is
Yeah.
literally holding a knife.
Yeah, like sideways.
I love it.
Let us. We just would like to come in for just a few moments of your time.
Yeah, yeah.
He does
man.
Miss Falls and Co.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That one's not as scary. Barry Bluff is creepy as all get
He has
out.
a bag of faces he carries with him.
Gosh, that's so cool.
And Tilda Fields. Yeah,
Till the field, yeah.
Holly painted the one we have in the library. They look so good painted these things.
But this guy, Patches, is a dude wearing a fake cat suit.
Are you sure that's a dude or is that
It's
a
a
cat?
guy. Look at his face coming through between the teeth.
Are you sure that's not a head being eaten by the cat?
No, he's in a suit.
I'm sure. He
Yeah,
would take
that's the whole
his suit
thing.
off.
Face-
Yeah,
Facing
you're
out,
actually
right?
uncovering his suit with different actions as you go.
Yeah.
Like right there, see? And it's different.
And
Oh,
you
that's
can tell,
horrifying.
like,
You're
that's
right.
a hand,
Oh my gosh,
like not
I
a cat
love
suit,
it.
and like he is terrifying. There's
That's
a murderer
disturbing.
in there.
I think this Judy Marks is creepy with that fake face.
She's one of the good people, though, right?
Oh, you're right. She is one of the good people.
Yeah, Judy Marks, and then the Frigid Jones.
Frigid Jones, yeah.
And there's a ton more gear because you know what the original game didn't come with? Enough gear.
I was wondering, what were your thoughts on that? The one expansion where you have the different odd jobs and you end up getting a job, like you can, if you get certain items, you can combine them together to make a new item.
That always works for me.
You like that kind
I'm
of
on the
stuff?
fence because it sounds really interesting, but like you just said, I don't know that the game needed more. So that one I'm really excited about it, but I also don't know how much I would use it. So that expansion specifically, I'm on the fence about.
That's kind of where I'm at with that one, like combining stuff, doing even more. I don't know, I feel like that might pull focus away from what I'm doing, which is walloping up on these guys.
Work for Zelda.
Like, I don't need to then become a farmer also. I'm already Judy Marks.
But man, I'm always so excited about those special powers. So it's like, oh, if it does give you that little bit of asymmetry because you became something, then I'm for that. But is it worth the work? I'm so ping pong on that. I don't know.
The town crier.
It sounds like a little,
like
for me,
that.
the 2 new expansions, the more of the same expansion is the one I'm excited for. The other one sounds like a little too much overhead for me.
I wonder if it'd be a good module to put every now and then.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? If where the other one you're talking about, I'd always put in and always have
Just
that.
combine them, yeah.
I don't know. I'm curious. It'll be fun to check out though, for sure.
Yeah, there's so much in this now we're looking at the original game.
Yeah. Oh, I like
Here.
the Scarecrow. He was always one of
They
my
have a
favorite.
new big box that holds sleeve cards because those people always demand it.
Yeah, they have a second edition is what this is.
Ooh, I want the metal coins.
Yeah, those are nice.
Metal coins.
You don't have those?
They didn't come with the original
Oh,
game,
you haven't
did they?
upgraded that yet? You haven't?
They might not have existed.
But you haven't like found generic. I'm just surprised that's not something that you have. That's one of the first things you
I should
usually
probably
do.
check the box because at least 6 times now I've bought metal coins for a game.
Yeah.
Opened it up and I was like, oh.
Really?
The rest of us
Yes.
don't mind though, because it just.
Yeah, I know. That's a trickle-down effect.
You probably don't have metal coins. You should get them.
Trophy wall. Yes, this is the stretch goal I want.
Oh, yes.
This is a well put together Kickstarter page. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Man, there's so much in this game. Yummy. Outside help. I just want to
Go back to the creepy cat dude.
I want to show my guy. Look at that. Look at creepy Tom Vessel.
They made you?
Oh, I love that.
They drew that for the quote?
They did.
Sue them.
For the quote.
Oh, that's cool. I want to fight against
That's
you in the
really
game.
cool. Yeah, that'd
In
be
the
a
game?
neat- in life,
Good
in game,
catch.
whatever. Yeah.
Jumping to KLEOS playing cards. Futuristic Greek. Is this like the 3rd futuristic Greek deck we've looked at?
Future Greek is in right now.
I was excited until I saw
Future Greek freak,
The
they call
cards.
it.
the
the
cards. The boxes are great, but once you go to the cards, I'm like, I don't know.
I agree. I was not expecting anime style from
Right.
those covers. And then when you get to it, I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
there's a different style than I thought.
like-
I also hate the suits.
yeah.
Look at that. That right there. Go back, Tom.
Oh, that's Galaga.
Like that. Spear of Ares, where they show the different names of the suits. Spear of Ares, Trident of
Oh.
Poseidon. I'm sorry, those are really stinking hard to tell apart.
Oh, those are so similar.
Those are the 4 suits.
Oh, wow.
Nah.
Yeah, no.
No.
That's bad right there.
Oh,
Just
that's
looking at those 4
terrible.
aces.
Oh, I don't like that. No.
Why would they
that,
do
that
that?
number 10, look at that. That is Galaga. He's
You're
about to
right.
shoot
That
a web.
really does look like Galaga, yeah.
He's going to drop a web on you in a second.
Yeah, I don't like these very much.
No.
The promise of the boxes,
That boxes look good.
yeah,
didn't
but
they?
I ended up not really liking the cards.
No, me either.
All right. Choose Cthulhu.
Of course,
I always
always.
do.
So
I
this
don't
is
know anything about these.
This was hard to figure out. They don't really.
No, but it's books like what, 9 through 12 or something like that? Like it's been a continual series. I didn't realize that this is
This has been out for years.
Yeah.
This is like one
Yeah.
of Steve Jackson likes making weird stuff. I mean, nowadays most gamers know him because of Munchkin.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But he was making this stuff, I think, before Munchkin came out. These aren't really a game, but it's kind of like a choose-your-own-adventure book.
That's what I thought, yeah. And if that's the case, I think this is really neat. I just had no idea this existed already. That caught me off guard because I really enjoy those. And something me and my son go through a lot is he really likes choose-your-own-adventure books and those games and
Yeah.
things like
Well, this
that.
would be one way to like just mess them up. Be like, here's a choose-your-own-adventure book. You die horribly.
Oh no, he loves that. He's so grimdark.
Yeah.
He is.
Grimdark.
He's so grimdark.
Yeah, I don't know if I would nurture that though.
Fan it.
Here, give him My Little Pony. All right.
Decapitate.
Yeah, I don't know
this.
about those.
D.E.I. Now we saw this
We
at
watched it.
Game
West.
at Dice Tower West from Game Found. Although this isn't quite the same thing. Is this a second edition of it?
No, this is a reprint and an expansion, right?
Yeah.
I think it's, again, the way you can't just have the same game up twice. You have
Well,
to
on
call
GameFound,
it
I
different,
think
right?
you can.
So, okay. Well,
That's a Kickstarter rule. I don't know, but
anyway, but yeah, it's a reprint with a little expansion as well.
This game's world looks so incredible to me. Every time I see this, I'm like, oh my gosh, ooh, sci-fi, cool, frozen dead world, and you can barely eke out of survival. And then like they show me the board, and I go, oh, what kind of, is this some sort of Euro game? Everything just looks like roads and pillars, and I don't know, it looks so abstract. That board looks so abstract from, especially in comparison to the pieces. So I don't know if I would like this one. It's incredibly captivating, the look of the bits and the world. But I don't know. That game's just not singing to me.
Did you see it set up at on the table at West?
I did not.
Okay.
It takes up a lot.
But I saw it at Essen, I think.
Oh, you saw it set up?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it was like, okay, cool, big white paths, a lot of paths.
Yeah.
I think it looks great.
Right.
Yeah.
This one was on my most anticipated, so it's the first one, 2 years ago now, I guess, and then I saw it at Essen, but I wasn't able to get a copy, so still haven't played it and didn't have a chance at West. I really like the idea, too, of the 3D board, like with the different levels and layers of it, so as you're building it and how it changes in the game. I think that's really interesting as well, because what I can see, it doesn't look like, that sounds like it can either be really fiddly or really cool if it works. And for what I'm seeing, it looks like it works. I just haven't had a chance to try it to make sure it goes that way. That's my one concern, is like, how fiddly overhead is this?
I would get it based on a designer here.
Tommaso Battista.
Because he designed Barrage, which is a very good, very mean, super mean, heavy Euro style game.
And this one is more area control, right? I would believe. Again, I'm going off a little bit of researches.
That's a weird style.
Wow.
They looked real, but not real.
Yeah. Almost
so
like
anyway, the whole thing looks really good. We have a copy of the last game, which is on our queue to play at some point.
Yep.
But I'm definitely...
I am too.
I'm excited about it.
I like the
It's a great look, that's for sure.
Minis are great on them.
Mandala Mind, or Mandala Mind. The Mandala effect, where you forget things, or you remember things that didn't exist. That's not what this is about. Find joy in the present moment.
I'm excited.
This one, I watched the video of the designer explaining it, and I'm sorry, I apologize to him, but I couldn't get through it all. It seems very, I don't know, just very slow, very thoughtful, and he's very calm. He designs games which are, with peaceful themes and mechanisms. I'm not sure what a peaceful mechanism is, but okay. But it was just,
it's like this. That's peaceful?
I guess. I just found it unbelievably abstract, not captivating. I had a hard time.
It looks like he used a spirograph from the kids set. Do you ever use one of those where you draw the thing?
Yeah.
To make all the... I like the way the cards look. That's the only reason it's on here.
It's kaleidoscope style too. Look
Yeah,
at that little thing.
Oh yeah, it is interesting.
Yeah, I mean, did anybody get anything out of this that they thought, oh yeah, this is interesting?
Yeah, it just didn't interest me.
I think it's what you said. It's just a little game that's just supposed to be like really easy play. You're just moving around, trying to tap the cards. I can't say that right. Trying to change the cards around to the right sizes so they all have the right synergies and sides up. I mean, it seemed like pretty basic and just. It seemed like you said, just very relaxing, small game. But unfortunately for me, I think that led to like very little interest as well.
Yeah, it just was very slow. The video I was watching, I was like, I still don't know how to play, and like I've been watching for a bit now, so I'm this is not interesting me. I'm moving on.
And I was actually more distracted by the fact that his voice did not match what I thought it was going to sound like based on his little profile picture. I was like, first half, I couldn't put those two together.
Secret Cabal Gaming Podcast. Doing very well here. And for good reason. It's one of the few podcasts that has stuck around strong.
For a while.
Jamie did not run one last year because he just was out of it. He had gotten cancer. He's beaten that back. There's some cool promos in here. There was one I really liked. What was it? I wanted to...
Oh, I saw the
I like these Azul. They have their own custom Azul things. That's kind of cool.
I think it's
nice.
an age contrived, isn't it?
It is an age contrived, but you can use them for Azul.
For Azul as well. Interesting.
Which which is really bizarre. I guess they're the same size.
Yeah, that is.
Well, they're orange. You could just put them where the orange ones. Aren't the orange ones blank?
On Azul?
You can always change one. It doesn't matter. They do make those sets that they sell you.
Yeah, but it matches if you use that front side of the grid. I don't know. Anyhow.
They look cool. I love the fact that they have their own, like, Azul set now, basically.
Giant edition.
Oh, this is of one of those. But
Yeah.
a lot of cool things here.
Yep.
Definitely worth backing these guys. Well, if you listen to the podcast, for sure. Where are we at? Revolt card game. So this one's doing pretty well for... When I saw it, I thought no one would back it based on the
Video?
Someone help me out here.
Safe Tom. I think it's interesting because it's
This
supposed
looks
to
like
be.
crap. Sorry.
Thank you. That's what I was trying to articulate.
I apologize.
No,
Go
that's
ahead.
okay. No, it's interesting because it's supposed to be kind of like a hidden role, but you're able to not just deduce people's roles because you're trading cards to find them out. So you also have to like track roles as people trade them, which is not my style of game as well. Like social deduction, meta game, also memory tracking stuff as it changes. Like all three of those are not good for me. But I don't know. I think the visual of it looks cool, and it seems I like the idea of a larger group game here that has so few components, such as like Werewolf. You know, that you don't even have to have the cards for. So I do think that's pretty neat that it's
I would like to refute that by saying I like nothing about this. I don't like the fact that it's social deduction because social deduction games always feel very samey.
Yep.
I want to see one that breaks outside the mold. This one doesn't. I feel like at this point, unless it absolutely makes sense in the context of the game, using public domain artwork is lazy. I'm sorry.
It's not so much lazy as it is, what's the word? Free.
Cheap.
Well, so's AI art.
Oh, that's being used a lot.
Yeah, which would you rather?
Yeah.
Anyhow, no, but I mean, and then it's full of take that. It's full of take that.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, a social deduction game kind of is anyway. Again, I don't mind. I gotta be careful. I don't say I don't like this public domain art. Sometimes in the game it makes sense. Maybe the game's about art or it's about this time period very specifically. Here it just feels like they threw it in.
But it is about this time period.
Yeah,
right? Deciphering, I mean, that's what the roles are.
But they also put no effort into it. Look at Tax the People.
I can't see that far.
Yeah, look at her getting taxed. You think she gets to keep all that water? No, sir.
And then look at the treachery card.
Yeah, those people are getting taxed.
The design of every card is so similar too. I don't know. It didn't bring anything new to the table when I looked through it, so I just went on.
I'm kind of there with you. This was not captivating at all.
No.
Okay, moving on then.
Thank you.
BIRDIE Pro.
Oh, crap.
Finally!
No, look. For some reason,
This is doing...
actually, I probably know the reason, but there's a pretty high correlation between board gamers and disc golfers.
Mm-hmm.
Cool
What
stuff.
is the reason?
Well, disc golf doesn't require a lot of
Athleticism.
Yes.
Jesus.
No, look.
Hey, that's because I like disc golf, and I will tell you.
No, look. Disc golf is. I'm not saying it doesn't require skill,
Okay, that's
but you
fair.
can be out of shape and play disc golf.
That's fair. Yeah,
You
so it's
can.
a skill, not
Yeah.
athleticism.
I mean, you do walk from hole to hole, so there's that.
I play golf and disc golf, and I have more fun with disc golf because if you miss, it's a lot more enjoyable. You laugh about it than if you miss on golf. Everyone gets angry at you, and you're like, "I gotta go to the woods," you know. So this is the best-selling disc golf game of all time.
It is. Yeah, we found that out 3 times in the video.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is one of the, I mean, this just kind of sums up what I don't like about sports games where you play the sport. I don't know if I've ever played a sports game where you're actually a player of the sport that I've enjoyed. I'd rather play, again, the management of the team or something like that. It just ends up feeling fiddly and like trying to make it work in some realm that it's not. Like disc golf is an outside frisbee game. It's not a board game, and it just doesn't.
I think it does work though for me because this is basically golf, right? There's just some minor changes. And golf board games can often work because it's kind of just like what direction you're going to try to hit it. It's very stat based. It's not.
Yeah.
Golf is a slow game.
But see, the golf games that I like are more like a dexterity one, like a flicking game or something
Oh,
like
with
that.
you there. What if it looks like a dexterity game, but it's not?
The putt golf last week?
Which one?
That was last
Oh,
week.
that one? Oh my gosh.
I was so disappointed to not talk about that. It's a game that looks like you flick them.
It was so bad. But you
But then
don't
you just
count
count.
hexes.
It was a big
Hexes.
letdown.
It was so.
Really?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
Should have been good.
blah.
I'm waiting for the bumper pull board game. That's where I'm
Yeah.
rolled
What's
out for.
bumper pool?
All right, guys, I
You
don't
know a bumper
know.
pull?
Oh my gosh, you don't know bumper pool?
You?
Guys, wow, this one just broke $500,000. All right. This is crazy to me that this is making $500,000.
It's amazing. I know.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying anything bad about this game. I mean, it's...
It doesn't look like the kind of game that would make $500,000.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
gotta say, Josh Wood is one of the nicest guys in gaming because I called his artwork crap, and then he came up, we talked about it, and not many people do that sort of thing. He did Cat Lady. And I liked the game Cat Lady. I said, I like everything except the art. And he designed the game and did the art. And he was very, very gracious about it.
To your face.
No, but he's a very mild, humble guy. What happened with Cat Lady? He says they used his prototype art and just put it in the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But he designed this game too, and I'm telling you, he's a very mild, unassuming guy, but his games are taking off. Cat Lady did really well for AG.
Did really well.
Yeah.
This looks great, I have to say. I love the fact that apparently what happened was he had a trip to Japan planned, then COVID happened, and he
Really?
spent
is
the
that what it
time that he couldn't go to Japan, basically, researching Japan and some of the plans he had already made, and made them into a game.
Oh, interesting.
That's like a sad story.
It's a very sad story.
So it's
really,
but
let's go to
$500,000
Japan,
later.
He has money to go to Japan now.
There you go.
Well, he's about to.
Yes, but his passport expired. He's working on this other game. Let's go down to the passport office.
Oh my word, that'd be terrible.
I mean, I will say this is a game that I've seen like everywhere. There's this one and another game that we haven't covered yet. I think we will next week. That it's like all of my Facebook ads.
Yeah,
Like
it's
every
getting
single,
pushed,
I am
yeah.
seeing this one all, and so I wonder how much that's playing into it. Because I agree, I like the look. I think it's interesting. I love drafting games, so the mechanisms I think are there as well. But I still would not have been like, it's $500,000, Kickstarter. So that is, and I think there has to be some of that push has to be going.
Every time
And
it says
advertising matters.
every time these tokens, it's like upgrade it to wood, upgrade it to wood. You think that would tire me out? It does not.
It doesn't.
No.
Every time I'm like, yes,
So nice.
upgrade it all
That
to
is the
wood.
biggest way to get me to back a Kickstarter is give me that cardboard to wood.
I love
Yes.
that, especially with nowadays a screen printed wooden piece is not an anomaly.
No.
To the point where if they don't do it, I'm like, why did you not do it? It looks. Do
Right.
you want these ceramic bowls?
No,
At all?
I don't like the way those look.
They get your name on it, right?
Got your name on
Oh,
it.
no,
What?
for all your game bits. I said put your.
It's
Oh,
always odd to me that they're like white on the outside though.
yeah.
Like,
I like
that's
those bowls.
always
So they
weird to me.
illustrate
You're
the
wrong, Colonel
inside
Sanders.
instead of Well, they're reversible. You can push them. You can push them
Yeah,
out.
that's how ceramics work, right?
You should try it when they come in. All right. Unmatched Adventures Tales to Amaze. This was just played by Roy and Z yesterday.
Yeah.
So tell us a bit about it, Z.
I crushed.
I heard you almost lost.
We almost lost. Yeah, so the game is a cooperative game in which you're going to be playing against one of two main big bads. And you use unmatched characters. This comes with 4. But you can use any of the previous released ones to play cooperatively again against this game. And it's a really clever, clean system. It's got a little bit of the Masters of the Universe thing where you line up the cards, like who gets to go
Oh, really?
is shuffled. So it's, player 1, player 2, player 3 have a little card. And then the bad
That's
guys,
pretty cool.
you take a little deck and you shuffle that deck, and as you reveal these, that's who gets to go next.
Oh, interesting. It's like hidden initiative.
Ah.
It's
Okay.
hidden initiative, right? You don't know when you get to go, huh?
Random initiative?
Random, yes.
Oh.
So sometimes you get to go right away, sometimes you're last. Some monsters, like there was one specific monster that his main gimmick was at Loveland Frog there.
Yeah.
His gimmick was he was very weak. He doesn't hit you very hard, but he adds extra cards into that deck. So he went more frequently.
Oh, interesting.
So he kept
Wow.
like tongue lashing the characters. So really neat. And then of course you've got the good characters. You've got I was playing Golden Bat, and there was Nikola Tesla, and the two there we passed by. Yeah, really cool looking characters. Very neat stuff. So yeah, cooperative, taking the game, taking the decks that already exist, and throwing them into a cooperative system that works.
Do you think you would play this solo because of this?
Yes.
Really? You
Absolutely.
think it would work?
100%.
Like you think it works well enough? Okay, that's really.
100%.
I really like. So I like Unmatched, but 2-player head-to-head are not really my favorite type of games. You know, like just take the other person out. So I'm really interested just because of those new aspects of it. You know, I really like Final Girl as well, and so I like really smooth 2-player games, you know, and so I kind of already know this system from Unmatched, and I'm good with it. It's fine, you know. But again, I think in a cooperative setting, I'd be much more interested because you can use the old characters with it as well, right? This is just the bad guys, and so yeah, I think this looks great.
This is new guys and bad guys, and actually you can take the new characters and play them in regular Unmatched.
Yeah,
you know,
I think I just don't really interested. There's none of them that I was really drawn to.
Did you play with these little plastic pieces?
No.
Oh. Did you play with this translucent spaceship?
No.
And your game was garbage.
Yeah.
I want both of those things.
I don't want to hear anything about your game anymore.
They'll both be in there, but Tom, I won the game though.
Also, you played it. That's what you should have been like.
Did you or did
play
Roy
the game?
win
Is
it?
what you should have been.
Huh?
So did you or did Roy win it?
I'm excited about this. I'm excited to see this.
It was a team effort.
Unmatched universe expand. That's what I'm excited about.
Yeah.
I mean, it's as
Who's that?
I'm excited.
Who is this Dice Tower quote from?
They have different types.
I have no idea.
Must be Mark Streed.
Excellent.
Anyway, cool.
Yeah.
And then you can use these characters in regular Unmatched too. So
I played that Golden Bad guy, and he was awesome. I really liked him. I really liked him. Yeah, he's got some cool cards.
I'm excited.
I want to take the T-Rex in and fight one of these monsters with a T-Rex.
You can do that.
All right. Do-it-yourself mini tactic wars. I am trying to figure out how these guys aren't getting sued. Because this is an actual video game.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
That was out for the DS Lite, I believe.
Yep.
I have a different complaint with it.
Yeah.
My complaint is if you're going to sell me something to 3D print, I need to actually see a version that you have printed.
Not a render?
And or preferably not a render, and or preferably give me an example download for free so I can test it on mine, see what I like, see if I like your design, that kind of stuff. Like give me a sample.
Is this picture a render?
Yes, 100%.
Absolutely.
That's why I was like, man, if it looks like
there's not a single that I saw, and Joey, correct me if I'm wrong, but I did not see any actual printed on here. It's all renderings, the entire page.
I looked for it. Now go to the top there. They mentioned the rule books. I went to try to download the rule book and download very early rule book draft. They are giving every caveat, like, look, guys, you're about to see something here.
I know,
but then at the same time, the risk of the reward is like, it's already done, so there's next to no risk. I'm like, that's a pretty big risk if you don't have a rule book.
It's a very... Yeah, this is...
Yeah, so I love this game. When I played it on the DS all the time, it was like you built new units, you moved across, you had to blow up your opponent. You're just fighting the whole time. Yeah. But when the units would fight each other, then we'll take it to a separate screen, and it would be like 10 versus 10, and you would blow them down to like now there's only 4.
Okay.
So that's fine, but I wouldn't. If you told me it was going to be turned into a board game, I would have no interest, other than it looks cool.
Yeah, sure.
It does, and I went through and looked at this guy's older ones. All his games look good as far as the renders, but I can't find anything about how the play is on them. And that's what. And also they have the all-in down at the bottom that comes with everything, including like a stand for your Nintendo Switch, and everything's thrown in there. It's crazy, like STLs. Jeez. It's like so many STLs. So I don't know. The renders look great.
All right.
I agree that it would make sense to give you one free something.
To print and see.
Print this out. Try it.
Yep.
Give people that first taste of whatever your product is.
Show me your CAD skills. Yeah, like.
Yep.
Energy Overload glass dice. Do you hate them, Z?
Oh, yes, with so much passion. Look at those numbers. Go back up. It took me until that picture.
Those.
No, the one right below this. It took me until this picture to realize, oh, those are numbers. I thought like all the faces on the dice had the same lightning shape. I'm like, then what's it matter?
Right.
You know what I mean?
This lightning numbers is one of the dumbest
That's horrible.
ideas I've ever seen.
That
This
might
is the
be-
moment right now that I found out their numbers. I looked at that so many times.
I couldn't figure this out.
Those are numbers?
I mean, if you look at it close enough there, you can see it, but then I even went back to the dice after that, and I was like, nope, I still don't see it.
There's no
Even
numbers.
having seen the legend.
Yeah,
you know,
what on earth?
No.
Okay, this right here. I mean, you think a D4 hurts to step on? We just made it out of glass. It's
yeah.
how we're bringing it.
I do think they're pretty, like, visually.
They
but
kind of look
again,
cool, yeah.
It was interesting, too, how it's, what is it that's, I'm going to say
You're
reverse
right, there's
etched,
a
but not
number
but,
on that.
The number is
I
the one
didn't
that's
know that.
raised. They're
Oh,
etching
really?
around it. Yes,
Oh,
the rest of the
okay.
die is, like, eaten away. So I thought that was interesting, too.
Does that roll well, I wonder?
I don't know. I did the one about that, too. But
That's
that's why it has that mask.
A D4 is hard enough to read. Now we're going to stick lightning numbers on it.
It's like nobody is talking to them saying, hey, no human on earth can read these.
Just
Yeah.
real quick.
Bizarre.
All right. Galactic Renaissance. So on one hand, that's one of the worst names ever, I think. It's so boring. But then you just say by designer Inish and everyone goes, in.
Yeah.
That's how that
Ish.
works.
You're in.
Got it. All right, so this is from Matago. This is the third game I think this guy has done, because didn't we played one live that this guy had done like in the Mayan territory, I think? I don't remember.
I don't remember that. I mean, he's done some other games in the past, too, but you mean in this slide?
Yes. I don't like Inish very much, but maybe it's good.
This is very much in the same vein, though. It almost is a bit of an Inish in space, a little bit.
Yeah.
It seems to be, again, some of the same ideas, and I think for this designer seems to have an interesting mind for designing a miniatures game, or a game with miniatures, that it doesn't follow the normal sort of beats we expect from these kinds of games. That doesn't really translate to people necessarily liking it. I also don't like Inish. But if you're looking for something different, if this, you like the look, but you're not normally the kind of person who enjoys games that look like this, you might like this one. Because it's not the typical thing.
Right. That's one thing I like they did on this is direct exclusive right there. So it's not Kickstarter exclusive. You can get it from them afterwards, but only from them.
Or you could just
We've
maybe
seen that a
stop
couple
making
times now.
exclusives.
It's interesting.
No, we'll never stop.
Yeah, that's
Karen, I think
that's
maybe
an
that was
obvious
it.
solution.
He did Cairn, Hitrio, and Troll Park. I bet it was Cairn.
Karen?
Not Karn.
C-A-I-R-N.
Troll Park isn't that great. Karn is fine. It's probably the best of those games. I don't know if I played the middle one. But, yeah, I don't know. It looks good. Matago has some nice production. So, we'll have to see.
Yeah. This one.
Nekojima.
Nikojima?
Nekojima.
Is it
Kojima.
It is
Nekojima.
Kojima with a J?
This is such a cool looking game, I
really
think.
is.
This is awesome.
I
It's
know,
so
I don't know why.
weird.
Cool. It's
I'm
so,
kind of excited about this one.
Okay, I was nervous. I thought I was going to be the only one. I'm like, oh,
this
they're going to
looks
eat
great.
me alive.
It's like a
This
weird
looks so cool.
dexterity.
And then
Yeah.
they're talking about those being electric wires and they can't touch. I'm like, man, put this in Squid Games. You know, so it's like the electric wire, everything on this. You
I just
hanging
love
cats on it?
The dexterity going under and trying to get it, and it's like Manara or any of those other, you know.
Yeah, this
but
is a
this
weird
is like
vibe, yeah.
3D at the same time, which I know they're all 3D, so you're stacking
No,
up, but like the way
no.
you're going in and out, you're actually going through the towers
Yes,
to make it work.
it's-
I think this looks super unique and
This is
and
Barrel of
interesting.
Monkeys, right?
Kind of with ropes.
And you have to
Barrel
build
of
it.
ropes.
With cats.
Barrel of Cats.
Cats
Barrel
of
cats.
monkeys.
So if the cats fall, you get points, right?
Mike is even stoked about this one. All right,
Mike.
Yeah.
Mike.
Did you say Mike is stoked about a weird dexterity game from Japan that involves
Crazy.
cats?
Cats.
I know.
Oh.
It's insane, right? Yeah.
I would not have
Shocked
guessed Mike
we
would
are.
be interested in this.
But I am, because this looks like it's in the line of Tokyo Highway. And
Oh, that's why Mike likes it. Yeah. That's why.
I'm definitely getting this for the Dice Tower Library. That's just
Yeah,
a cool looking game.
I think this
I
one's
want
really neat.
I wonder. I wish that it could have a way to actually like give you the Operation Buzz thing when the things touch.
It'll
Yes,
shock
that's what I was
you
thinking,
when it-
yeah.
Not shock you, but the whole like.
Oh no!
You're using metal cats, and the ropes are all wires. You're like,
That surprises me. You'd be interested in that. 'Cause you
No,
can't
I'm
even-
saying if it made that noise, if it did the whole like whenever the cable was
that
touched.
would
You
be
don't want
fun.
like the static charge.
Well, no, I just want like, what if it happens and no one notices it? That's what I'm saying.
okay.
If the two cables touch,
I thought it just couldn't touch when you were finished with it. You can't touch it even like.
oh, I don't know. I think you can't
Like-
touch. They can't. They
dude,
can't.
you do
talk.
not want that
I like
buzzer.
this.
Those buzzers are so stressful.
I
Someone's gonna say there was a
know.
taboo buzzer.
I like
just,
Z's version.
right
You guys
next
wanna
to you.
play?
Yeah.
Ready for it?
Let me plug it in.
The taboo buzzer.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I like the panic that comes in that.
Mike says it's from France, as if that changes anything.
It is from France.
Oh, it's from
It is from
Japan,
France.
France. Okay. Wow. Yeah.
Like it. I like
10
everything
people
about
tell
it.
us that.
Looks
Yeah,
cool.
This looks really cool.
Yeah.
All right, Mainline Magazine Spring 2023 issue. This is kind of cool to me. I mean, I don't want to get this magazine, but I like that it exists because it's for 18xx gamers, basically. Okay, I ran out of things to say. That's kind of.
You know if you like it or not.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
this is kind of it. If you like 18xx games, that's great. You also want a magazine about it. That's cool too, I guess.
I'm surprised why they're
You've got
not
two
showing.
boxes to check.
I'm surprised why they keep showing the games as opposed to pages from the magazine.
That's what I like
Especially
to see.
because this is the second
design.
issue, so they could show the old
Yeah,
issue
so
at this
show-
point.
Show the
Yeah.
pilot
Still
issue.
print. I'm guessing this is print only.
Oh, that's a good point.
Because that'd be good if they made this available. Like, you know, there's so many magazines you can get electronically now.
Oh, I
Right.
thought it was only print. Maybe I misunderstood.
That's what I'm
then.
saying.
Oh, okay.
I think it's only print.
Oh, okay.
My mind would be blown if these guys wanted an electronic.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying, that'd be
true.
nice. You could, again, open up your audience. Why not? You know? There's plenty of young people who will probably read on their iPads and like 18xx games. Maybe they don't want a paper magazine anymore. Paper's fine. I'm just saying you could do both.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
I don't know that they can.
Alrighty, so now we have the last project for today is Tabletop News. So Tabletop News is, despite this picture, it's not run by
Becca Scott.
Becca Scott. They're just basically bringing her in. So they are running a news. This is a project to be run for a news site about, well, all tabletop news, not just board games. In fact, if you look at the list of people who are in it, it will show you down here somewhere. They're all from the RPG section. Here they are. They're all from RPG, and it tells you here. When you look at the things after their name, those are all RPG shows. But they also say they'll talk about miniatures and board games. So this is here. Now, I have a lot of problems with this Kickstarter. One, they're asking for $150,000 for 10 episodes.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I get it, they're based out of LA, and I know things are super expensive out there, but why would I want to pay for 10 news shows? If I want to get a news thing, I would like a year subscription, please.
Right.
Right.
Secondly, I'm not going to include you guys, I take some small offense that they basically were like, no one is doing this, so we're going to do news. We do board game news every Thursday. And we are one of maybe 15 shows that does it on board games.
Yeah.
Now, maybe there's no RPG news websites out there, shows out there. I would imagine that cannot be true.
No, there are.
So maybe their argument is no one's covering everything, and even that's not 100% true since IGN does.
But at the same time, they're saying, nobody covers everything, but also we're going to focus on the smaller, underrepresented categories. And I think that's kind of conflicting to me. Well, which is it? Are you focusing big picture on everything, or are you focusing on small subgroup?
Well, they're also they want $150,000.
For
They say
limited,
we're going to focus on little people, but we also want sponsorship. Who's going to give you
the big
sponsorship? It ain't
people,
going to be little
right.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my bigger issue with this is conceptually, it doesn't make any sense to me to do a mini series, which is for all intents and purposes what this is, about the news.
Which is going to
Is
be.
there anything that you could possibly pick that will more quickly date it?
Right.
Right.
Like, there's literally nothing I can think of that will more quickly date your show than it being about news.
Right.
Like, news? And you're doing 10 episodes?
Well, as I think you also said it earlier, where you said they're pretty much selling a proof of concept. Because in the video here, they show and make it look like, and even in their FAQ in the beginning, they had it look like they had a pilot episode. They pulled these clips from a pilot episode.
But they said specifically in the comments they don't.
They do not have a pilot, because people are like, oh, show us your pilot episode then so that we get a feel of it. Like, oh, we don't have it. Wait, so you just staged these funny moments to show us what you might be able to do. You've actually, so it's just really this idea that they have that they're trying. I get that's what Kickstarter's for, but clearly they've already built the set. Why couldn't they have done one pilot episode to just, this isn't just our concept, here is our production and kind of what we need to be able to fund 9 more or 10 more of these.
Well, here's what somebody mentioned, how they're out of touch, it seems like. This is the tabletop, the gaming community is a bit unique in the fact that you don't have a lot of scripted talent out there reading a script written by writers and actors performing that script. A lot of the content creators out there you follow because you know their taste. Whether or not you agree with them or disagree with them, you get that information. And this is just, it doesn't seem to jive with what a lot of people, what I am looking for, you know?
Well, again, it doesn't matter what their tastes are.
It doesn't.
This is supposed to be news.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't actually care what they like, don't like, who they are, their personalities. It's meant to not matter because this is news.
Right.
You know what I mean? It just doesn't make any sense.
Right, and in that case, we already have that. I mean, I know in the Smorgasbord, when you guys do news, you do, you know, oh, I'm excited about this, I'm not, and your opinions do come in. But then we have Dice Tower now, which isn't. It is just, here is the information.
Right.
You know, so again, it's a little offensive, like, this doesn't exist. I disagree.
Well, I think their argument is it doesn't exist because there are 4 main branches of gaming. There's RPGs, CCGs, miniatures, and board games. The fact is, there's very few people around who want to hear news from all 4 of those.
Sure.
Like tell me the occasional magic story. In fact, we got a magic story in our news tomorrow. 1. We have no news in our thing tomorrow. We very rarely talk about RPGs because that's not what our audience is interested in. And unless they're not, ordinary Tom Vassal board game dude isn't interested in this because they didn't show me anything that they know anything about board games. They don't know anything about my part of the hobby.
Right.
Is that what they brought Becca Scott in for? But
even she's probably more well known for
RPGs and stuff, isn't
maybe?
she? I think, yeah.
But even that, she's like a guest star. She might be in 1 episode for all I know.
Even though I don't know anything about her taste or anything. I mean,
pilot episode, seriously. Pilot episode, that's crazy there's not one.
Right.
That surprised me right there when someone asked about it and they had to claw back and say, well, we misspoke. There's actually not a pilot episode. And it's like, oh, that's not.
Wait, what do you mean you misspoke? It's not like
either you have a pilot or you don't.
Right. Yeah,
that's like it's not a gray area.
It's not like whoops, we lost it.
Is it the forgotten?
And I apologize, I didn't tell you guys this, but to be fair, they did email us and they wanted to know if they could work with the Dice Tower and all the Dice Tower's good blogs and things we do. It was a very form-written letter.
Oh, really?
They wanted to know how they could promote us. Also, can we tell people to back their Kickstarter? So we are. Back their Kickstarter.
There you go.
Did you pick a week? Is it the pick? You're going to be surprised. Maybe it is.
It may not be my pick of the week. So.
Smorgasbord. I'm glad someone
Here's the thing, though. I don't wish them failure at all. I want them to succeed, but doing it right. Yeah. Right now, to me, cynically, this looks like they're trying to raise enough money from people who are fans of Becca Scott and some of these other people in the show. They get $150,000, they put out these 10 episodes, and then they get picked up by big funding, who will then continue to fund it and continue to go on.
But again, if you're getting the big funding from the big guys, it's going to get away from maybe what they're talking about. What they're going to do is focus on these little guys.
Right.
I mean, so again, I just think it needs to be ironed out a little bit. Again, give us a pilot, have a little bit more ironed out, and just be more clear on what is setting you aside. Maybe it's high production quality. That's legit. Say it's that then.
Right.
You know, but not just nobody covers news like we're going to. Well, what do you mean? Give me something to base that off of then, because I disagree that no one's doing news.
All right. Well, before we go to our non-board game stuff, let's take a listen to Mark.
This Spotlight is brought to you by Boardcubator. Project L returns to Kickstarter with a new expansion along with all previous content. Project L is a fast-paced tile-matching brain burner with triple-layer 3D puzzles and lovely acrylic pieces. Challenge your friends to a game of simple design but intricate gameplay that makes a lasting impression. The core of the game lies in using your pieces to complete puzzles. Starting with just 2 basic pieces, you use 3 actions every turn to develop a powerful engine. With more pieces of various types, you can efficiently complete even the most difficult puzzles. The puzzles you complete award you points or new pieces to further fuel your engine. Your goal is a simple one: complete puzzles with pieces to earn as many points as you can and win the game. Build an engine, upgrade pieces, perfect your strategy. Can you outsmart your opponents? For more information, please check out the campaign, which is now live on Kickstarter.
All right, let's take a look at some weird stuff, guys. Yes. Email me at tom@dicestar.com if you find a weird project. I need some stuff. So let's take a look what we found this time. This is for you knife people. Mm-hmm. I didn't even look at you or even...
He meant you.
You know.
Do you like this knife?
It looks like my dad's knife. My dad, I swear, had that second knife in right there. That ivory looking one, I swear he had that knife. Obviously he didn't, but like this looks like...
This is unique.
Every old man's knife.
This knife folds into the handle, guys. It folds into the handle.
So did my dad's.
The knife, no, this one folds into the handle.
Yeah,
the handle. So you're holding it,
the handle, and the knife goes in.
Then you can pull it back out. You're not following me, guys.
No, I need the visual again.
Let me draw it.
Give me flashbacks of when you open one of those knives, and then I can't remember how to put the knife back in on one of those ones where it all comes out.
Like the butterfly ones?
Yeah, and then you pull out the knife, and I'm like, oh, it's supposed to go back in. How do you do that? You squeeze here.
Yeah, you have to do the safety.
Mine are always so dull, I don't know which side to push on, because it's like...
The blade, you always push on the blade.
Yeah, but they both look sharp.
I know, and also like 90% of those things I never use. No. Waste of time, those.
Knives?
Swiss Army knives.
Whoa, you're talking
all
about...
that stuff on there.
Swiss Army knives.
Oh, Swiss Army. Oh, yeah,
what
toothpick. I use a toothpick all the time.
This looks
gross.
fine.
You should clean that sometimes.
This is like, again, they're showing like a nice knife. They're also like, oh, this will cut anything.
I know.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I need to open my SD card. What? Show me cutting through like a bison. That's what I want to see.
This guy, I kept watching this. I'm like, something incredible is about to happen. And it never happened.
I'm telling you. You can't, like, if you go to the top, it says this knife will cut through anything.
Yeah, there's no pennies being cut through in this.
I can open that with a pair of nail clippers, man.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand what makes this different.
It folds into the handle.
Oh my gosh,
that picture was...
I miss Mike.
That picture describes me, everything I contain.
All right.
Ooh. Yeah.
What do you guys think of this place?
This is so weird. I wasn't sure if they were selling a place you can go and stay, or if they're just like making their house nicer.
No, so this is a place that you can go. No, this is like an inn, but I kind of actually like this because I was like, wait, it's done. Why am I funding it? And they're funding the, I think the upkeep of it and that kind of stuff for a certain amount of time to get it going. But she's already put in like all the hard work. She's already done the house. It's already there. What you're backing is pretty much a weekend getaway. You're like, if you've gone on to Airbnb and made a reservation, what you're backing is a reservation of this at some point. You know, it's like a 2-night stay or something like that.
Where is this?
It's in Oregon, I believe. It's if
New
you scroll
Zealand.
back up. No, it's U.S.
Oh.
Salem, Oregon.
Oregon.
Yeah.
Salem.
Yeah, right?
Oh, road trip.
So, but I mean, so I think that's really
right.
cool.
We have the van.
Like again, they put in the time. They put it. She's already built it, and it's just, you know, here it is. I just need to be able to. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not for that. It's for the landscaping and stuff. So the home is done. It's just for the landscaping, the last finishing touches to get this ready. And so your money goes to a stay at this place. So you're like pre-booking, if you will, a stay at this place.
I think it looks cool.
I think that's really interesting.
I think Tom should just go and make a mark on the door, and the next day we all just show up.
That's a really deep Hobbit cut.
Yeah, it is.
Grief.
I thought it was like an Easter joke.
It's a Hobbit thing.
Thank you for calling me
Gandalf puts a
Gandalf.
mark, and then all
you're
the
Gandalf.
dwarves.
I thought he was like,
I have
like
a Gandalf outfit, you nerd.
I do have a Gandalf.
it's a
I can use my
Bible
Gandalf outfit.
You own a Gandalf outfit?
No.
I'm pretty sure this lady will buy
He
it from
married
you.
Do you know
somebody.
why he owns a Gandalf outfit?
Oh, this is
Just gave the
fantastic.
answer.
Okay, so
Why do you own one?
I got asked to officiate a wedding, and then a couple weeks later, I need to be dressed up like Gandalf.
Yeah, after he says yes, they come back. By the way,
I officiated the wedding in full Gandalf.
Staff and everything.
After you said yes, sure, I'll do it. They were like, oh, by the way,
I don't know. It may have been the night of. I can't remember. It's just
It was not the night
they
of.
get you
It
the
was
outfit,
later.
or did you have to go get the
I had
outfit?
to go get the outfit.
What?
That's not okay.
I had to walk to Mordor to get the outfit.
Moving on.
He had to go to Hogwarts.
You know what's
No.
You know what I like about this project? This is the third time we've taken a look at.
This is the new finger bot.
We've looked at a.
You know that. This is the new finger bot now. We keep covering
Have
it.
you gotten one of these?
No, why would you get
Have
one of
I
these?
gotten one of these?
Yeah.
No, this looks like it'll peel my face
know,
off.
But I kind of am intrigued.
Oh, by the way,
I want to see how
when
it
did
works.
they start adding pictures to pledges?
Oh,
That's a thing you can do now.
Yeah, it's
come
here.
on, Kenny.
No, this looks terrifying to me. I shave with a safety razor, which already a lot of people are like, oh man, there's like a real blade in there, you know?
You go look at the anime. Come on, watch a video on this.
This, come on.
How
The one
do
that
you
drives me
that?
nuts on this one, I want to show this. I hate this video so much. They're like, it's an even spread, but you have to roll it up. Why would I not just want to use one that just cuts them all straight?
It doesn't even cut the
trimming.
video. Well, you gotta the video of this of
I
the guy
love this
doing.
animation.
I
They're
am
like purposefully,
intrigued.
like they're admitting it's not very good.
No, they're telling you after many times it's even.
Yeah, because it's cutting off a
All right, go
little
back
bit
up
each
and watch the
time.
actual video of the guy. You don't need the audio. Just watch the guy that's explaining it. The production, not that guy.
all the way at the very
What?
top?
Up there? Oh, I didn't watch the video.
Just
Don't press on your
don't
finger.
touch it.
What's wrong with you?
Just imagine. Oh wait.
You can do it on a motorcycle?
Oh,
You can, yeah, I guess.
Jump ahead here. Jump ahead where the guy's talking. Oh yeah, that guy.
Oh.
This guy's
he's
gonna be
like
staring at
scrubbing
people across
it.
the park,
What?
just looking at you.
Yeah, that's
just
what I'm
shaving.
saying.
He looks like he's got moonshine in the other hand.
Oh.
This seems very, like, he's just going at it, man. It seems
I
like you're going to
know.
be leaving pieces of face in there. Okay?
Gosh, I'm so intrigued though at the same time. It's like a car accident. You can't stop watching.
I know. It's
Z,
fantastic.
you need one of these.
I might.
It goes on your belt, right?
Can you use it on your
yes.
cat? What about the cat?
Hey, I'm like, you need to shave. Hey.
Even the cat is like, you moron. The cat's judging him hard. Look, if I had one of these, I'd try it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna have one then.
Yes.
You're
What if
gonna-
you had two?
Also, Z, you're going to
Would you
get
do
some
one in each hand?
lifelong deodorant.
This did not go the direction I thought it would. I thought it was like
didn't
you put it on once and
Oh, really?
that's it.
Oh, I thought it was going to be like, oh, we kill your sweat glands. You
That I
never
would
need it.
buy.
I
I would buy that.
I was interested. I'm like, you know what?
It like seals up your pores. You'll never sweat again.
It's like, did you put it on
That sounds
deodorant?
healthy.
Yes, I have.
Back in 2023.
Years later.
Yeah, great.
I was so disappointed in this.
Okay, so basically this is, they're trying to, cut down on the plastic and stuff. I just suspect that this is going to not work nearly as well, right?
That's my thing. So I actually am a real big fan of this. I love this idea and concept, but two things. It's so it gives you powdered deodorant and you mix it in the water, right? As long as the company's still around to continue to provide you with the powder. And two, I need to try this. What if I spend, how much was this? It was like $200 or something like that.
Yeah, like, what if I try this once and it smells awful?
Or it smells awful, or it doesn't work.
Or it doesn't work for me, and I'm
right,
like, oh.
exactly. This is something I need. Send me a sample of the deodorant. Maybe it is one-time disposable or something like that, but then I'll get lifelong.
Yeah, I
but
agree.
this is a try before you.
So $76 here for a deodorant starter pack, which comes with an applicator and a refill. How long do you
How
think
long
that will
does it
last?
last? I don't know.
Do you spend $76 now a year on deodorant?
Probably.
Probably.
Oh, it's lifelong.
Oh,
Also,
Joey.
they said here that one of the things that they said, they're like, deodorant's ugly and you hide it in your bathroom. Is that the case? I don't
No.
think deodorant's ugly.
I mean, I don't put it on display in my
don't have it
kitchen,
sitting
but I
in
mean,
my
I don't.
coffee
I have my deodorant. I put a little magnet on and I put it on my fridge. I think my deodorant is very attractive.
Mine's at my belt with the little mower thing.
I put it on my man mower. My deodorant is actually on the back of my man mower.
Oh, if you had your
So I
man
can do
on
this.
one side,
You could shave your
You can do
armpit.
with one smooth wrist motion. You both trim and deodorize. Deodo trim.
That sounds like you're on the early morning TV.
I'm all right. Yeah, this is, again, they look very nice, but my big one is the company needs to stay in business for this to really be a lifelong thing.
And I need to try.
I don't know. They got a lot of money though, so.
Yeah.
This has been popping up all over my Facebook.
Speaking of price, did anybody look at the price?
I did not.
Okay, take a guess.
Don't tell me. Don't show me. Don't show me. Tom Vassell, stop. Deodorize. Stop and listen.
Please. Sorry, forgot the magic word.
I'm gonna go ahead.
Choose my full name. I'm in trouble.
What do you? Did anybody else look?
I didn't look either.
Okay, guess.
I'll say it's $5,000.
What?
Jesus, Tom.
Okay,
no.
wow,
I mean,
overkill
that's
number.
Wait,
not
does
much.
it float?
Yes.
With you on it?
No.
No. I'm gonna say it's
Price has gone lower.
Yeah, well, yeah, guess.
350.
$1,800.
Jeepers.
I wasn't that far off.
You're
Thank you.
insane. You're an insane
Are
man.
you
Look at
serious?
this. Not only can you put pictures in, you can put animated GIFs in the back of the thing.
Oh, is that the size
Okay,
of it?
that must be a new
No,
thing.
that's the little fingerboard
That's
one.
why are no? If this is available, why is not everyone using it? Because when we ran a Kickstarter, this
Fingerboard.
wasn't available.
I
I'd
love
be
how we're
putting
not talking about
pictures
the
in.
project. He's
No
like,
one
oh
cares
wait,
about
tell me
the
more about
project.
Kickstarter.
Also,
How it
$1,800
works.
for just the fingerboard.
No, that one's
No.
$250, as it says right there. That for the early
No, the
bird.
real thing,
The
and
real-
by real I mean like it's the same thing, just big. You still can't do anything
Can't
with
do
it.
And they make
It's
it
a
clear.
piece of art.
It's a piece of art. As well as if you look at his other projects, they are all this exact same thing. It is
Different floating stuff?
different floating things. So he's already done this project. Now it's just like, oh, a skateboard.
What else can I make float?
Like, right.
So basically, the whole thing is that you can run your hand underneath it because there's literally nothing else.
Yes.
That's it. It's a
But
piece
also,
You
of
I
can't
wanna
even put
know-
anything on it.
Do we
No.
really know that her
piece
hand's
of fruit?
underneath it
No.
from this angle?
Collapses.
Yes.
That's the most magician thing I've seen in a long
The
time.
man mower? That'll
Yeah.
collapse.
You say man mower? Best superhero ever.
Man mower.
Oh, I'd play man mower.
I mean, I would get the little fingerboard one for my son. He would love playing with that.
Again,
Not for $250.
no.
I'd get it for
doesn't-
like 80, maybe.
It just
Yeah.
doesn't work the way you think it'll
No,
work.
it doesn't.
never
Even the
does.
floating small finger one, they're showing the guy like using
Like
it.
barely tapping it.
If you move it slightly, that thing goes and
Yeah.
sticks.
I am never
And then
getting
you're
fooled by
like,
this again. I bought that clock,
Oh.
and that was it. We bought a clock
He did one of those too.
that had a magnetic ball
He
that
did
would
one of
float
those
in front of
too.
the clock and go around and show you the time.
Oh, that's cool.
It is. Try to get it into position.
That's that thing. You have to like really nail the spot.
It took us so long, and then every morning we come into work and the ball was on the floor. Every morning.
Really?
And that thing cost. Anyway,
$1,799.
it did not cost that. It was like $200. That's
it
still
more
$200.
money
That's still $200.
More money than a man mower?
I no longer back technology-based Kickstarters.
Would you call the man mower technology?
I would. That's high tech.
If this was the year 1850, I would indeed.
I agree, because it's mechanical.
Yeah, back when knives didn't go into the handle.
Right.
Camilla, into the handle.
No, I do. Your hands are
Wild.
not helping.
It's insane. Now, if they
Okay.
made a man mower that folded itself into the handle,
Now that's crazy talk.
I'd be all over that.
That's-
If I could be like, excuse me.
Okay.
Give me your beard.
Project of the week. Joey, what's your project of the week?
My project of the week is definitely Unmatched.
You can put
Because
me on.
I'm
that
ready
one as
to
well.
drop some squirrels with Z.
Okay, I am on that one as well.
Three of us?
Well, I mean, I played it. I'm the only one that has a good reason to be on it.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I didn't know
I
you owned
disagree.
it.
No, I disagree with that because mine was going to be Townsfolk Tussle, but because I played it, I'm like, oh, it's more of what I already like. I'm excited about that, but this brings something new to
you're
a game.
shaming
I'm
me for
shaming
picking
you.
something I played.
Yes, my reasoning is better than yours to pick this game.
Okay, I kind of make that sort of makes sense in like a man mower kind of way.
Does it?
All right.
I think I've played it already, so it's hard. It's easy for me to pick it. I
Yeah,
guess.
I'm excited about
think it
this
was-
one.
I had a fantastic time. I think it's great.
I thought one of you was going to pick Let's Go to Japan.
That's you.
No,
No, I
I'm
was
picking.
going to pick the dexterity
I'm picking
one.
the cat one.
Yes.
Oh, good. That's a
Mike's
good one,
pick of the
too.
week, Townsfolk
Nekojima.
Tussle.
So,
There we
Mike
go.
picked Townsfolk Tussle. Okay.
Townsfolk Tussle. There we go.
Well, I'm picking. I would have put money on Mike picking this one. I'm picking it for you, Mike. All right, yeah. This looks great, actually.
It looks
Does
great.
it
Yeah.
good.
I really want to have this at a convention and pull it out. Just
You should.
people would stop and
Oh,
look
what
at
if they
this.
made like a big one? That'd be
A
cool.
giant
too.
edition of
giant
this.
one?
Yes, with
And they're like,
real
they come
cats.
back in the morning and someone's hand hung, like
Yeah,
they killed
with real-
themselves at
absolutely.
night,
Like
playing
Townsfolk
Nekojima XL. And you're like, oh no!
Come on,
Somebody
get
get a bucket genie, a bucket lift in here.
No, we get the we start playing Clue. It's a real life game.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, that got super dark.
It was Colonel Mustard. It was Colonel Mustard with the man mower.
Hanging the cat.
All right, folks. Thanks so much for watching. I'm so sorry we went off the rails here. Don't forget, the Dice Tower Backer Kit is live now. You can find it real easily just by going to DicetowerKickstarter.com. And if you missed our Kickstarter, otherwise, have a great week. We'll be back tomorrow morning with Board Game Smorgasbord.
Smorgasbord.
Until then, I'm Tom Vessel.
I'm Joey Evans.
I'm Camilla Cleghorn.
I'm Z Garcia.
It goes into the handle. Into the handle. Like that.